Stinks. You farted?
I farted over there, but that was like 5 minutes ago. I didn't
traveled over here.
I didn't fart recently. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Leg Drop the World. My name is Doc. This is my good buddy Judge.
That's what I am.
And we're back. We're back to talk to you. Yes, you.
Yeah.
About wrestling.
Wrestling.
We're going to talk about Raw. We're going to talk about SmackDown,
Yep.
205 Live, NXT. And this is a special episode of Raw. So hold on to your horses.
Yeah. If you didn't see it live, you missed everything.
Yes, this is very true.
You missed everything. If you did not watch it on USA, you didn't watch it.
Yeah. So, but we will go over all of that stuff. If you guys could take a minute, hit the subscribe button, the like button, the notification button, and the share button. Share it with your friends. We would love to hear from you.
Yep.
Tell us what you thought about wrestling this week. You could leave a comment on this video, or you could check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I will leave links in the description for you to do that.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Judge,
Yes.
should we get down to it?
We've got to get to brass tacks.
All right.
that
Get
what
your
that's
back
saying?
up off the wall.
Isn't that what it's... That's
How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? With your back against the wall.
Yeah, I don't...
Get your back up off the wall.
I don't know.
No?
Nope.
All right. Well, we're gonna get our backs up off the wall, and we're gonna talk about wrestling. Judge, hit me.
Okay. Like we said, if you did not watch this on USA, you missed like all of the throwback wrestlers.
Yes.
You didn't get to see. You got to see them.
You
well,
didn't
you
get
got to
say
see.
nothing.
You got to see like
There were a lot of
2 of the 20 that was showed up.
you got to see the stuff that was in the ring. There were almost no backstage segments.
And that's
you
where
didn't
all
even
the
get to
people
see
were.
all of the stuff that happened in the ring.
Exactly.
So, like, if you watched the Hulu version, you didn't get to see
You got to see
Christian
2 matches.
You didn't get to see Christian, right? They didn't do...
Nope. You didn't see Bray Wyatt. You didn't get to see the women's.
Yeah. So you missed a
And-
lot.
Yeah. And yes.
But should we go through it match by match and
Yes.
point by point?
Yes, we should.
Oof, boy, oh boy, here we go.
So, we kick off at the Barclays Center with Stephanie and Shane in the ring, welcoming everyone to the 25th anniversary of Raw. Shane says there's no better place to have it, blah, blah, blah. They also have another taping at the Manhattan Center, just across the water. That's where JR and King
Yep,
are
sleeping.
yes, they are sleeping actually, but that's where they're holding that. So you could either buy tickets to both of them, or I don't think you could buy tickets to both of them.
No,
had to
you wouldn't
pick
want
one.
to. Yeah.
So
You could buy tickets to both of them, but then you'd have to sell one set.
yes, and so it's Stephanie and Shane talking about 25 years, talking about how great it's been. They show a video package that just like. It was so great to see the video package because it made me miss how great Raw was.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually not. I mean, it was great to see those clips that they had, you know. But I think more than anything, it was just sad that, you know, well, I mean, you even get to have to see this in the clips, but just to see the crowds, to see the engagement, to see the wrestlers and how
The pop.
how they were over with the crowd, and just it was such a cultural thing when Raw was first starting.
Yep.
That I don't know, that it was cool to see all of it, but it also made me a little sad.
Yeah, because we just don't have that anymore.
No, we don't.
Well, the McMahon siblings basically say, well, this all couldn't have been done without one person. And then whose music hits but Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Yes, Vincent K.
And he
McMahon.
struts his way down.
He
the-
kind of. It took him a second to get into the strut. He started to
Yeah.
strut, and I was like, no.
And then
hit
he
it,
got
and I was like,
then he got that
okay,
swag.
Yeah.
Then he got that swag.
Yeah. Swag.
But he basically, like, the crowd is chanting, "Thank you, Vince." It's kind of cool to see. Vince kind of gets a little teary-eyed.
I think that's just I think that's just his eyes.
I think he looked like he was gonna cry.
Whatever.
Anyways,
cry.
he basically says, "Hey, enjoy the show. Like, I don't need to thank anybody. No, enjoy the show." And then Shane and Stephanie were like, "Well, Dad, we got you
A
this
plaque.
plaque."
Yeah.
And he was just basically like, "This is garbage."
That was like the moment. That's where the switch flipped and
Yep.
he became Mr. McMahon.
Yes. So he said, "This is garbage. It looks cheap. It looks fake. I don't need a plaque. All I need to do is thank one person, and that one person is me. You know,
And
nobody
then-
in this room helped me get to where I am.
Yep.
Like, blah, 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 blah."
Well, then we get some music.
No,
And-
first you get some glass shatter.
Yes, and
you
then
get
you get
some
some music. Dude,
And you get a strut that's real strut.
the
Stone Cold.
yeah, so Stone Cold's music hit, if you can't guess from those hints, music hits. And the first thing that is completely obvious and heartbreakingly obvious is that there is not a superstar currently on the roster who will ever get a pop like
That
Stone Cold Steve
place
Austin.
erupted. Roman doesn't get a pop like
Nope.
that. Chris Jericho doesn't get a
Nope.
pop like that. Sammy and Kevin Owens
Nope.
don't get a pop like that. AJ doesn't get
Nope.
a like. Nobody gets a pop
Nope.
like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Not one.
It was so loud.
Yep.
It was great.
It was almost a Raw era pop for Steve
Mm-hmm.
Austin.
Yeah, which I don't know if maybe I wonder
Here's
if they
the
funneled
thing.
that in.
Here's the thing about pops, like crowd pops, especially going back and watching old pops from back in the day when I was 16, 17 years old. I kind of get like goosebumps and the hair on the back of my neck stands
Oh, I got
up.
goosebumps when
It's a really weird sensation because I had my headphones on and I heard that pop for Steve Austin.
Yeah.
And it was just like there was something that just like triggered in my brain, and I was just like, whoa,
you didn't want to stand
I-
up and scream.
I miss stuff like this.
It was so great. Like, I agree. I was sitting there watching it. When the glass hit and the music hit, it was like, oh, that's really cool. But then it only happened when the crowd erupted.
And here's the other thing I think about the crowd reaction. I'm not a big fan of them. I get it. They were cheering for Vince and stuff like that. When they were cheering for him, I was like, really? But the thing is, that crowd that was present for Raw 25 was big enough to, because I think part of the problem is that even when a fan favorite shows up and they get a pop from the crowd when their music hits or when something cool happens, there's just not enough people in the building
Yeah,
to, even if everybody's screaming at the
Yeah.
top of their lungs, to really hit that, like, because there's something about like a pop, like when we talk about current pops, like
Yeah.
when somebody gets a pop, it's like current pop.
Yeah, it's a current
right?
pop, like,
there's a
not that
difference.
loud.
Like there's levels, right? There's the pops that we get today, and there are actual
Yeah.
pop.
It's like if you had to equate it to football, there's the 90s pop of Raw, which would be like the Seattle Seahawks stadium that just is the loudest in the world, versus the now pop, which is just like any other stadium.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, and so anyways, I think one of the things for me was just knowing that, I mean, the crowd sound was different because there were so many people that
And they were all
available.
singing Vince's song, which is cool.
Yeah.
But basically, Stone Cold makes his way to the ring. He does his four corners of the give me a hell.
What are the
yeah.
chances that I sing Vince's song when it hits?
What are the chances that you sing it?
Yeah. No chance.
In hell?
No chance in hell.
There you go. But he gets a couple beers. Vince is like, "Hey, I'm old. I've got arthritis. I live in a nursing home. You can't, like, I'm brittle. Don't stunner me." He doesn't
Yeah.
say that, but he's like, "Don't hurt me."
Yeah.
Look at Shane. Shane is in perfect condition. He can withstand a stun.
Yeah.
So Shane McMahon gets a stunner.
Yep.
Beers start flying. He's drinking Michelob Light.
Nope.
or
Miller.
Light. He's just drinking Miller Light. He's slamming them down, cheersing people. Vince is starting to leave, and Stone Cold's music stops, and Vince kind of realizes what's going to happen. Stone Cold looked for a cheers, and then stunners Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
This was
And it
kind of
was bad.
awkward to me.
Oh, it was bad.
No. I mean, the you're talking about the stunner specifically.
The sell of the stunner.
Yeah.
Specifically.
The whole thing, because they have the beers.
Yeah.
Vince turns around and then he just kind of goes like this, and it's like, why?
Yeah,
Why?
just
You were just
keep
celebrating
walking.
together. Exactly. Like
keep walking. And
there
you
was
don't get
really
hurt.
no reason for him. So the whole thing was just sort of out of whack.
I get that. And then to end everything, Shane gets one final stun after he drinks beer. So it was really cool to see him like spit the beer in the air.
Yeah.
Like Shane knows how to sell a stunner.
Old school.
We don't. I'm not a big Shane McMahon fan.
Nope.
But dude can sell a stunner.
There you go. High praise from Judge.
There you go. After that, if you were watching the Hulu version, you didn't see this part. There was an 8-woman tag match between Asuka and boy, who else was it? Asuka, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Mickie James versus basically Absolution and Alicia Fox.
Mm-hmm.
It was just
Yeah.
it was just a match.
Really, honestly, the biggest thing about this was not necessarily the match. It was what happened after the match.
So Asuka's team wins, and then Asuka throws everybody out of the ring.
Over the top rope.
Yep. Symbolizing, hey, Asuka might win.
Foreshadowing.
Ooh. Then we get a backstage where Angle is talking to an official, telling him that there can't be any incidents with Braun. Then Jonathan Coachman enters, basically saying he's glad to see some old friends. Harvey Whippleman also shows up. The
That was kinda
Brooklyn
cool.
Brawlers show up.
That's kind of cool.
They offer Coach a cigar. Teddy Long enters, followed by Brother Love, and then Boogeyman.
Yeah, it was kind of cool to see
Like, it's just
some of these
a
people.
bunch of people.
It would have been cooler if it was not just like a backstage
Yeah.
segment.
If they actually showed them in the ring.
Yeah.
Next, we transfer to the Manhattan Center,
Mm-hmm.
and we have JR and the King basically talking about The Undertaker. Well, whose music hits. And they don't even do the lights don't dim. They
Yeah.
don't go off. Like
Yeah.
when the Undertaker when he does his entrance, the lights are off.
Yeah.
Well, the lights don't come off and his music hits. And Undertaker makes his way to the ring and in full stage lights and then cuts a promo that basically says all these souls that
I've been digging holes.
yeah, and everybody's paid the Reaper. Now they must finally rest in
Peace.
peace.
Yeah.
So is he done? Is he not? It's so vague. We don't even know.
But hey, it was an Undertaker appearance.
Yeah. Next we have the APA hanging out with Heath Slater and Rhino playing poker. Wow, playing poker. Ron and JBL. Heath loses to JBL. Someone knocks on the door, throws down a bundle of hundreds, and guess who it is? It's the $1 Million Man.
There you go. Everybody's got their price.
He wants to.
Every man's got a price.
Yep, and he wants to join, so he joins. By the way, this is not stuff that's on the Hulu version.
Yeah.
This you have to watch all like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
John Laurinaitis, William Regal, Eric Bischoff, and Daniel Bryan make their way to
All
the
the
stage.
GMs.
Yeah, just to kind of be like, hey, all these GMs in the past were wonderful. Well, The Miz and The Miz Taraj, yeah, it was not very good.
No, I'm just saying they were not all wonderful.
Oh, I didn't think this was it's whatever. The Miz and The Miz Taraj make their way to the ring.
There's
They're
a
about-
tense moment between The Miz and Daniel Bryan. There's like a stare down.
Is that a foreshadow moment to a WrestleMania match?
I don't know.
Well, as The Miz is heading down, Roman's music hits, and
Yep.
he's on his way down. We're going to have a match for the IC. This
Yep.
is the first match you get. And this match was
Yeah.
okay. Wasn't
Yeah.
great.
It
But-
was fine.
The Miz wins. He's
Yeah.
the IC champ.
Yeah. There you go.
And
I mean,
then-
they had to get that belt off of Roman. Right?
Yeah, this was a weird
If
chance.
if we're still on the timeline of Roman wrestling Brock at Mania, he can't have the title.
Right.
So
Well, and the other weird thing about this was one of the commentators said something about how the IC title has changed every single like big Raw event or something like that. Somebody said something like
Interesting.
before the match happened, and
Yeah.
it was like, "Did you just spoil it? Did you
yeah.
just ruin the match for everybody?"
Yeah. I think they were just trying to plant that seed into Roman Reigns fans' minds so that when it happened.
They weren't like, "Oh,
Aww.
yeah." So the Miz takes his title with the Miztourage, and they start heading over to the Manhattan Center. We'll
Yep.
see them later.
Yeah. we will.
Next, we have another backstage segment with the APA hanging out with MVP Jeff Hardy, and the Usos have joined the game.
Yep.
JBL tells the Usos that they won a ton of money off of Rikishi.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thanks. Then we have the Christians Peep Show with Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins is doing great work. Every time Jason Jordan tries to say something, he gets drowned out by boos. Then the Bar show up, and they kind of interrupt
Yeah.
and start a scuffle. Or Jason Jordan starts to scuffle.
Yeah.
He ends up taking a knee from Seth Rollins. So, oh boy, wonder what's going to happen there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
And what sucks is like this was kind of a storyline moment, and we still didn't get to see it.
yeah.
Like you didn't get to see it on Hulu,
No.
which sucks.
Yeah.
Then we have a backstage promo. Alexa Bliss is being interviewed and says she'll still be
Yep.
the champion at WrestleMania. Charlotte shows up, and then Ric Flair shows up, and Ric Flair cuts a promo on Alexa. Cuts
It's
a
a
promo
little
basically.
weird,
Yeah,
but
he's like you can tell he's old.
yeah.
He's got to
He's
remember
been through
his
some
line.
stuff.
Yeah, he's got to remember his lines.
But yeah, it's weird having Rick cut a promo on Alexa for Charlotte,
yeah,
and then they both, of course, do the woo at the end. So
yeah. Again, still no wrestling. If you were at the Manhattan Center, you got a couple 205 Live matches between all this stuff, which,
yeah,
from what I hear, was awful. They were kind of bad.
Hmm.
Then we have Natalya and Titus Worldwide join the poker game. Natalya beats Heath Slater. Then we get to like famous women in wrestling. So the Bellas,
Yep.
Maurice, Kelly Kelly, Lillian Garcia, Jacqueline,
Tori
Tori
Wilson,
Wilson, Michael McCool or Michelle
Michelle
McCool,
McCool.
Terry Reynolds, Maria Kanellis, and Trish Stratus all come out to celebrate
Yeah.
some of the women of the past 25 years.
yeah,
Kind of cool moment. I mean, boy does Maria Kanellis
Yeah.
pregnant.
yep. Maurice, pregnant.
Maurice pregnant, and they both look great for
Yeah.
being pregnant. But
Yeah.
boy, they're pregnant. They look
Yeah.
like they could pop.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not the good pop.
The only thing that was interesting about this for me was the fact that later on I saw Lita, Amy Dumas tweet something like, I may not have made the guest list, but at least I made the chair, and there was a picture of all the superstars and stuff like that with the Raw 25 logo and
like
Lita's
this one.
picture.
Looks
Yeah.
like that. That's not it, but it looks like that.
Yeah, and Lita's picture's on there, even though she wasn't apparently invited to the
Which
Raw
is so
25
weird.
thing, so yeah, I don't get
I
it.
wonder who she pissed off. Next, we have Elias in the back running into Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho, funny little thing is he's wearing...
that. I forgot to do that.
Chris Jericho's
Technology.
wearing his Alpha Club t-shirt.
Yeah, that was
Which
kind
was
of funny.
kind of like, whoa, okay.
This segment was pretty good, dude.
Yeah, Jericho says that he wrote a song about Elias, asked for the guitar. Elias says no. He's like, that's fine, I brought my own. So then he
Yep.
strums like 2 chords, and he's like talking about how stupid he looks with his scarves and all that stuff.
Yeah. I gotta say, man, Jericho's awesome.
He's so good. He's like the best.
Yeah.
Next we have Elias.
He tells him he made the list.
Oh yeah. Him and his stupid scarves made
Yep.
the list. Elias walks out, plays a few chords before asking who wants to walk with Elias. Took him 25 years. To
This segment
the
was not good.
Yeah, it was like it took 25 years for the WWE to realize it was walking with Elias.
Listen, they need to
He got
figure
a
out
pop, though.
exactly. they need to figure out what they want to do with this guy because he goes out there and he says, WWE stands for, and the whole crowd says, walk with Elias. And he said, what? WWE stands for walk with Elias. And whenever he says who wants to walk with Elias, the crowd cheers it with him.
Yeah.
And then he goes on to just bury the city.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, and then they boo him. And I guess that maybe that's
dude
what
is
they
over.
need to do because Cena is coming out. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, is he a face? Is he a heel? What do you want the crowd to do?
Yeah.
Because it's really weird. It kind because I've been in situations like that before where you're cheering on a guy,
Yeah.
you think you're with him and everything, and then he starts burying you.
And you're like,
it's like,
screw you, dude.
You know what?
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Yeah. Do you want to be like that? Fine.
Yeah.
John Cena comes out, and it's like they have a exchange of words.
He tries to, Elias buries the city.
Cena
John
tries to
Cena
go
tries
up.
to get over with him, and then they have a match.
Well,
thing.
they don't really have a match.
No, John Cena says something about like, you want to shut
Do
me
something.
up,
Yeah.
make me. And so he takes his shirt off, and Elias pretends like he's gonna leave, but then he doesn't, and
He gets the 5 moves of doom, the
Yep.
5 knuckle shuffle.
Yep.
And then as he's going for the AA, as John Cena's going for the AA, Elias slips down and hits him a nice little cheap shot right up underneath,
and he
right in
holds
the
it.
undercarriage. Yeah. Right in the undercarriage.
Like usually you do that, and then
It's like,
there's no exactly. There's no ref though, so
Yeah.
he just hits him with the low blow.
He holds it there. And then he grabs his guitar and hits him.
Hard.
Ooh.
That guitar explodes
it's crazy.
into shards of wood and dust.
Yeah, the dust was crazy. That
Yeah.
was just like, man, I hit the thing.
Yeah, there you go. Lays out Cena.
Wasn't a match though.
No, it wasn't.
Then we have the New Day joining the poker game. Everyone goes all in. Dana Brooke figures out that Slater has been cheating, and everyone starts arguing. JBL tells them if they want to fight, go to the ring. Ted DiBiase cackles as he has a royal flush and wins the old pot.
Of course.
Mark Henry's backstage, runs across the Godfather, who introduces him to one of his fine young ladies, Olivia. Mark Henry tries to work his sexual chocolate
Yeah.
to try to get Olivia, but it's actually the Godfather's wife,
Yeah.
so that doesn't work. Then we have a match between Titus Worldwide and Heath Slater and Rhino. After that match, Titus Worldwide wins. After the match, the Dudley Boys come out. Poor Rhino runs away from it all, and Heath Slater gets a nice, I don't even know what it is, through the table. He gets put through the table.
Was it the 3D?
Yeah.
There
Yes.
you go.
He gets the 3D through the table, and everyone goes crazy. Then everyone celebrates with the Dudley Boys.
Yeah.
Even Rhino, which
Yeah.
was weird.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's only weird if you're in the current stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
It makes sense.
in the overall scheme of things, it makes sense that he's...
This was one of the biggest issues that a lot of people had, was the Dudley Boys were an ECW type thing.
Mhm.
And ECW happened at the Manhattan Center. So why didn't they do this spot at the Manhattan Center? Like, that was everyone's biggest issue, I think. Well, other than there being, you had to pay money to sit at the Manhattan Center to watch Raw on a TV. I don't know.
Yeah, that's no good.
Then AJ Styles interviews backstage. He's arranged an interview with a random person, and then he's like, "Nope, get out of
Yeah.
here. There's some person that I want to interview."
Yeah, it's is it Dasha or Charlie? One of them.
I think it's Dasha.
Is it's just like super uncharismatic, and he's like, "I'm gonna replace you because you're terrible." He doesn't say that, but that's what I'm thinking in my head.
He said it in
Thank
his
goodness. But yeah, he introduces Mean Gene Okerlund.
Yeah,
Dude, I was marking out for this whole thing.
yeah, it was kind of
Because Mean Gene comes in and starts asking him questions,
like an old school interview.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
and AJ, the very first thing he says was, "You know what, Mean Gene?"
No, let me tell you something, Mean
Yeah,
Gene.
dude, calling back to Hogan,
Yo.
who apparently is
Ooh.
never going to be back with the WWE.
That's right, brother.
But yeah, that was really cool. AJ's like, man, I've always wanted to do that. You could tell that
It was like a little mark-out moment for him.
AJ, exactly, that AJ was fulfilling a boyhood dream in that moment.
Yes. Yeah. He was there to do that one thing.
Yeah, and that was like, you know, you know that AJ got to go back to his hotel or whatever and be like, I was just interviewed on WWE TV by Mean Gene Okerlund.
And I got to yell at him.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, you could tell that he was having fun. And at the very end, he doesn't just walk away. They don't just end the interview. AJ says, I love you, Gene.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a really cool moment.
You know that AJ like went to Vince and was like, Vince,
Listen.
please. I understand that you have this going on, but can I please be interviewed by Mean Gene?
You know,
Please.
honestly, like, it was a little distracting because he's still trying to get the Cammy thing over. That's fine, right? That's not his choice, I'm certain. Like, that, whatever. He's given that stuff to say.
Yeah.
But the overall moment wasn't ruined by that. It was just really cool to see.
Yep. Now this is like, so we go back to the Manhattan Center,
Yeah.
and DX comes out, and they just do, and they're not like wrestling. They're just all doing their entrance. They're all doing their thing.
Shawn Michaels uses a moment to plug the WWE Network for only $9.99 a month.
Oh, sign up now, and you will get the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, like, man, that stuff was kind of hard to swallow. But yeah, they introduce
The Balor Club. Right?
no, well, I mean, they bring out X-Pac, and then they bring out the bad guy, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, and then does the Balor Club come out first, or does the Revival come out?
I think.
New Age Outlaws. New Age Outlaws come out and they do their thing.
Yeah.
Which was kind of fun to see. But then,
Yeah.
I think
Road Dogg is there. Everything's good. And basically what happens is like Finn Balor and the club come out and they're there. And then the Revival show up and the Revival eats everybody's finisher.
Yeah.
They eat a Magic Killer. They eat a coup de grace. They eat a pedigree.
Yeah.
They eat a super kick. Like,
Well, that's after the match, because don't they have a match with? They have a really short squash match, sort of,
It's
with
very short
Luke
squash
Gallows and Carl Anderson.
I wouldn't even say it's a match, but okay, yeah.
No, because there was a pin.
Yeah, you're right.
And then after that, when they're sort of reeling from the loss, that's when everybody gets their licks in.
Yes.
So it was kind of cool to see some of those moves again. Got to see Road Dogg and Billy Gunn do their moves. You got to see X-Pac do his move. You got to see Shawn Michaels hit the super kick and Triple H hit the pedigree.
It was just a cool moment for the Manhattan crowd to
And then
witness
everybody, what was really cool was that the very last person to get their move in was Finn.
Yes,
right?
with a coup de
Because
grace.
they're all like congratulating each other and stuff like that, and then they're all just like, back up, back up, back up, back up, and they get, I think it's,
Scott Dawson, right?
is it? No, I think it's Dash Wilder, into position for Finn Balor to hit the coup de grace. So it was really cool to kind of see those old guys put the club over, and Finn specifically.
And then everyone was like, we can all agree that the Too Sweet is too sweet.
That's right.
And it's just like, and everyone too sweets each other.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
One thing that I did forget to mention, that they did have a match between Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. It was a squash match. Well, it was a very short match, and Bray Wyatt wins.
Yeah.
I forget when that happened. But
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's such a hard thing because this is, I mean, it's kind of a clip show. Like, this isn't an actual episode of Raw.
Yeah.
But you have, like, actual storyline stuff happening. So I think, I mean,
Why was this not on? Yeah.
I'm assuming that the whole Bray going over will start to get some more. I'm assuming they just needed to fill time or something. I don't
Yeah.
know why they would need to.
Yeah. Because
But
there was no
anyways.
wrestling at the Manhattan Center. Everybody was so pissed off at the Manhattan Center that they were all chanting, "We want wrestling,"
Yeah.
bull blank, and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
And so to keep everybody happy, they had Finn Balor and DX
Yeah.
and the club stay in the ring to finish watching the end of Raw,
Yeah.
which was like, I don't know, like that.
You hear my washing machine in there?
Yeah, it's going crazy.
Yeah.
I don't like that. At the very end, we get Kurt Angle comes out, followed by the Legends and Kurt and Superstars just around the ring before Kane, Braun, and Brock face off. Braun is the first out, followed by Kane. Enters blah 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 blah. Brock, Heyman. It's just somebody eats an F5. Someone gets put through a table.
Yeah.
So Kane eats an F5. Then Brock gets put through a table from Braun, and it's just like,
This whole thing was lame.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You
that
turned something into
that part
something
was
that I
lame.
don't care about.
Yeah.
That's Raw.
Yep.
You had like 3 matches.
Yeah. It was sort of a like self-congratulatory thing. I think
Yes.
that was the biggest thing, was just the whole mood of it.
Yeah.
Wasn't like let's celebrate together. It felt almost like a hard sell.
Yeah.
Like, you love us, don't you?
Yeah.
You love us.
Yes.
Look how much you love us.
Yes.
Um,
Look at this crowd reaction that happened 25 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't a great episode, I didn't think.
Nope.
So,
I'm going to give Raw a 3.
yeah, this one is hard for me because it's not a typical episode of Raw,
Yeah.
right? So if I'm looking at it in terms of like regular episodes of Raw, I mean, do I want to give it a... I mean, all right, I'll give it a 5.
Listen.
It was...
You saw... Okay. How many matches did you actually see?
3 matches.
It's hard for me to give this thing anything above a 3 just
Listen.
because it was...
I know, I understand. I'm just saying that, like, okay, if I put this up against last week's episode of Raw or the week before,
Yeah,
right?
it doesn't
There
stack up.
was, I feel like there was still some cool stuff, and probably cool. Think about how much you hated the last couple episodes of Raw,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
There was probably something in this episode that distracted from the crappy...
There are 3 things. Stone Cold Steve Austin was number 1. Chris Jericho, number 2. And The Miz winning the IC back.
There you
That's
go.
it. 3.
That's 3 better things than anything that's happened.
That's why I'm giving it a 3.
I know, but what did you give last week? You gave it a 2.
Yeah. So it was 1 better than last week. I don't know. To me, it was so like... It's just like what you said, which was, look at how... This was Vince saying, look at how great I am.
Yeah.
Look at how great the company that I have made is, and you were all my blank words.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay. Raw was long, so we'll kind of go quickly.
Yes.
Let me get up my other notes.
SmackDown.
Yep. SmackDown.
A lot
and
of talking to begin with.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn kick off the show.
Yep.
I guess the New Day come out. I'm going to be honest. I skipped this.
No,
so
no,
if
no.
you want to talk about it.
Wait, the New Day come out during that?
Oh. No,
No.
I don't know. I skipped this.
Okay.
So this is just what you told me.
No,
I
it
thought you
was
told
just
me.
so Kevin and Sammy come out, and they essentially are talking about AJ, and AJ comes out, and Kevin and Sammy say, "Are you going to be a man of your word?"
Mm-hmm.
And then they play a clip where he is being interviewed by Renee Young, and in that interview, he said that he would wrestle Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn separately, but on the same night.
Okay.
And they say, "Will you honor that?" And AJ essentially says yes. So they make that match. They build some more tension between Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon.
Yep.
but ultimately, the whole kickoff thing was to set up the main event.
Okay. Whew. Next we have Jey Uso versus Chad Gable. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, you go back like when we first started Leg Drop the World. I hated Chad Gable.
Big time.
Dude, I'm on the Chad Gable. Dude, that dude is great.
Yeah, he is.
I said dude like 8 times.
Yeah, you did.
He's so good. He's so strong, and he's just like, I'm just going to pick you up and throw you.
Are you rooting for them to win
Yes.
the titles?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
I like them heel. I think they're kind of cool heel. I think
This
thing that
coming
I like,
from Judge, who owns an Usos shirt.
I do. The thing that I like the most about Chad Gable, being a wrestler, or an ex-wrestler, I used to be a wrestler, I like that he still uses wrestling moves. Like when he's going for the single leg takedown.
Yeah.
That's a wrestling move. When he's doing suplexes, that's a wrestling move. But
Yeah.
coming from him, they look so much better than like coming from Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, I get it, you're strong. Like, you could probably pick up a bus and suplex it.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing about that
build
is like
yourself
there
in
are a
Suplex
lot of
City.
guys who have, different skill sets. There are guys who have mat wrestling skills. There are guys who have, high flying skills and stuff like that. I think the thing that really sets Chad Gable apart is it feels like he's trying to win a match.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It never feels like, somebody's going over. Like
Yeah.
matches, I think the problem is that because kayfabe is dead. Everyone
super
knows
dead.
that it's predetermined, right? The wrestlers wrestle like it's predetermined.
Yeah.
But the good ones do not wrestle like it's predetermined.
Yeah.
Even if you're going to lose. And Chad Gable won this match. Mm-hmm. But
Yes, he did.
the reason it was so good is because you didn't know.
Yeah.
Both of those guys were wrestling to win a wrestling match.
Yeah. Jey Uso did great.
Yeah.
He did. I'm not trying to say that he didn't, but
Yeah.
there are just times when Chad Gable was like, they call it like the back control, I guess. Mm-hmm. So like Chad Gable is sitting on Jey Uso's back, and normally if you're wrestling to like play to the camera, you just sit there and you do your thing. You just hit him a couple times. But like Chad scoops his feet underneath Jey Uso's legs, which
Yeah.
is a wrestling move because you're like trying to keep him down.
Yeah.
And then he just starts hitting him, and it's like little things like that.
Yeah. Exactly. Because right, some wrestlers use rest holds as like a time to just take a break. Mm-hmm. Whereas the best ones, even if you're not doing that, right? Mm-hmm. You should, right?
Yes.
Chad Gable, when you do that, it makes it feel like you are trying to win a fight. You're trying to win this match.
Yeah.
But even when you're not, even if you're not hitting, you're doing something during those times
Yeah.
where you would do a rest hold, or you would feel like you would want to play to the camera,
Yeah.
or you would want to do something like that. Still keep it, like the storyline that you're trying to win this match never ends.
Right.
So,
It was,
and that's what Chad
agreed.
Gable does every week, win or lose.
Same with the Usos. Usos do the same thing.
Yeah, win or lose, those guys are going out there to try to win a match.
Yeah.
Even if they know they're going to lose.
Yeah. Next, we have Naomi versus Liv Morgan,
Ugh. Blech.
which, like,
Blech.
this was bad.
Blech, blech, blech.
The only thing that I did like was the Liv Morgan, like, dodging everything. I thought that was kind of cool. And then
Yeah.
she just gets she just gets rocked.
Yeah. No,
So-
that was cool. There was a missed spot, or
Yeah.
the
The ref.
there was like a missed kick out.
Yes.
Liv Morgan does a backslide to Naomi, and Naomi just can't get her. Like, she goes to kick out, but I don't know, just
Yeah.
she didn't have the kinetic
It just looked
energy
weird.
to actually kick out, but the referee didn't count the
Yeah.
3 anyways, even though she was still obviously pinned.
Yeah, it was a 3 count. Liv Morgan won.
Yeah, it's probably 3.5
Yeah.
count. But after this happens, like almost immediately after this happens, Natty, Carmella, Lana, Becky.
Did Tamina show up too?
I don't think so. All come out ringside.
Yeah. So Naomi wins, and then this happens. Yes.
No. They're out there while the match is going. Naomi doesn't
Wait,
win
what?
yet. Yeah.
Oh.
That's
missed
why
that.
I was, because when we were having this conversation, you were like, the ref should have counted that last thing. But I was like, yeah, but everyone would be out of place.
Oh, that's right.
Because
Yeah, you're
they
right.
were down there before the match ended.
That's right.
And so,
The Riot Squad is there
yeah,
too.
so then Naomi gets the win. And
A brawl ensues.
that's when the brawl, and then it's like everybody's trying to throw everybody over the top rope
Yep.
to, foreshadow the impending women's Royal Rumble. Naomi and Becky are the last two girls in the ring, and then Becky tries to throw Naomi over the top rope, but it doesn't work. And then Charlotte comes out and she cuts a promo.
Becky, that was
Yeah, it was
straight fire.
heartless. Heartless.
Heartless. No, she.
That's Naomi is your friend.
Yeah.
But anyways,
This match though itself was bad. But then we go from that noise to Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin.
okay, listen. The match itself wasn't bad. They're like from a technical standpoint,
Yeah.
it was a match. It was
Nice
fine.
reversal of
Right.
we got to see a deep six.
Yeah.
Beautiful. A reversal of an end of days.
Exactly.
Into an armbar. Beautiful.
Yeah, like that armbar that
Oh, yeah.
Shinsuke puts on Baron.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Legit.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Um,
Legit.
And
I'm
then
all about it.
Shinsuke is setting Baron Corbin up for the Kinshasa.
The final Kinshasa, because Baron's already kicked out of one.
Yeah. So he sets him up for a Kinshasa, and as he's running towards him, Randy Orton
Out of nowhere.
RKO's Shinsuke Nakamura out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Okay.
It was so. Listen, you hated it, but I'm just gonna say it. They finally got the out of nowhere. So they finally got it right. Continue.
Okay.
Sorry.
So here's the thing. Like 6 months ago, maybe 4 months ago, I don't know, 5 months ago,
Yeah, it's
something
probably
like that.
4. Yeah.
Randy Orton RKO'd Shinsuke Nakamura.
When they were partners.
Right, exactly. Then they weren't partners, and then they were for the whole Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn thing.
Versus Shane McMahon.
And so we talked about this.
we
Why are Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton put on a team together? Randy Orton RKO'd him. There
Yes.
was no storyline that was like, oh, hey, Shinsuke, I'm sorry that for that time that I RKO'd you.
Sorry,
it was
dog.
just like magically they're friends again.
I'm not texting.
And then we get this noise out of nowhere. So here's what I was saying, right?
Yep.
If Randy Orton had never RKO'd Shinsuke before, like in the beginning, if that had never happened, this would have been fine, right? Because you can turn a heel on, you can
Yes.
turn heel on a dime, right? The problem is that there was no reason for the first one.
Yep.
There was no reason for them to become partners, and now there was no reason for this.
Correct.
So it was dumb, terrible.
It
awful.
was
I hate it.
very bad. So Baron Corbin wins.
He eats a
No. Shinsuke wins, right?
no.
Because Randy Orton hit an RKO on Shinsuke.
Yeah, but didn't he RKO Baron too?
Yes. Everybody gets an RKO.
Yeah. Was there a finish to this match?
No.
Yeah,
there was
I didn't
not.
think so. Yeah, I hated all of the ending of this.
Yeah.
Hated
it.
it.
Was very bad.
Hated it. Awful. Boo.
Yeah. Sorry. Then we have a 6-man tag match between two members of the New Day, Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal. So them versus Jinder Mahal, Rusev, and Aiden English.
Yes. Kind of a fun match.
Yeah,
Dude,
I liked
Kofi
it.
jumps over the top rope and like does one of these numbers as
Yeah.
he's falling. It looked so cool.
It was pretty cool.
Kofi Kingston is so cool.
Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston.
So Bobby Roode and the New Day
Wasn't
defeat
you Jamaican?
Jinder Mahal. Yeah.
Now you were faking.
So
So yes, Bobby Roode wins.
Yeah, it was a fun
Well,
match.
Bobby Roode and the New Day
Yeah.
win.
It was a fun match. Big E wasn't a part of this because Big
Dude,
E.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
'Cause
go ahead.
Big E and Carmella will face The Miz and Asuka at the Mixed Match Challenge at the end of SmackDown.
Yeah. So as the New Day are walking down the ramp, did you notice this moment? They go over to a guy before the match
Yes.
starts, and they start pouring the pancakes over this guy. And he takes a pancake and holds it out to
Big E.
Big E, like
Yeah.
he wants him to eat it, and Big E's just like looking at him, and so he throws it at Big E. Like there was this like weird moment.
Where Big E was like,
Yeah, I
Did
was
you
like,
really?
"You're about to get punched,
yeah.
dude."
Did you really? And then Xavier Wood like jumps in and is like,
Yeah, yeah. It was weird.
it was
There-
awkward.
Moving forward, the New Day should only have like crowd interaction with kids. Like,
Exactly.
do that stuff for the kids because the adults are gonna ruin it. I mean,
Yep.
the guy was even wearing a Bullet Club shirt. Like,
And he's wearing
he's an
AJ
obvious
Styles.
mark.
Yeah, and he's wearing AJ Styles gloves.
Yeah,
It was weird.
yeah.
Um,
For the kids, dummy. Do
But-
it for the kids.
the thing that I really like is the interaction between Corey Graves and Big E. during
Oh,
this
at
whole
the
thing,
very end.
where he's like, Big E starts throwing
He starts
pancakes
just
at him.
chucking pancakes down at him. And Corey Graves is just like,
Yeah, he's trying to not to laugh, but he's just like,
yeah. Dude, he almost lost it. He was this close.
they keep tagging them like each other on stupid things on Twitter. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Then we have AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens.
Yep.
What's interesting about this match is
Pretty
AJ
short.
Yeah, well, Kevin Owens is apparently injured.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is a way to write Kevin Owens out
Out.
of the match of
Yeah.
on Royal Rumble.
And we had heard sort of rumblings about Kevin Owens having a nagging injury that he needs to take care of. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's fine. So he locks in AJ locks in the calf killer, the calf crusher
Yep.
on KO, and he taps out immediately.
Yeah.
And he holds on to it.
Yes.
Right. And the ref is trying to break the hold and stuff. And then AJ finally lets go. Kevin rolls out of the ring, and they bring out like backstage doctors
Yep.
and more referees and stuff. And so they're all out ringside. And
Sammy's going ham
Sami
on-
Zayn jumps in and he starts beating up AJ before the match starts.
The stipulation to this was Shane McMahon came out and said, "Okay, Kevin Owens, you're first. Actually, Sammy, you stay back here because if you're anywhere near this match,
You're
I will
fired.
fire you." And same
You're
with,
fired.
and same with you, Kevin. When it's Sammy's turn, if you interfere in this match, you're fired.
Yeah.
So
So technically, Sammy did not interfere in the match because
bell rang?
The bell had already rang.
Yep.
And so, anyways, then we move on to Sammy and AJ. This was a great match.
oh boy,
It was so insane. I
Yes.
mean, it was intense. It was
yeah,
great.
It was wonderful.
yeah.
It was phenomenal.
And here's the thing, right? These are my two favorite wrestlers in the WWE.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Of course, it's going to be great. Of
Yeah.
course, it's going to be great.
There's a lot of AJ Styles going to the outside to mess with Kevin Owens.
Yep.
He like beats him up a little
Yep.
bit. Kevin Owens is on a stretcher, and at the very end, AJ Styles tips over the stretcher,
Yeah.
and then
A lot of unbabyface things
from the babyface.
from the babyface.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll look past it.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, there's just some great exchanges, great moves. Dude, AJ Styles hits an Ushigoroshi
Oh,
that
yeah.
looks gnarly.
And Sami Zayn is so great. He sells it just by being like this.
Yeah. It was great. It was a great match. Just all of it. There was a great blue thunder bomb. What was really cool
Ooh, yeah.
is so usually the blue thunder bomb is his false finish.
Yes.
Right? He does the blue thunder bomb, goes for the pin, guy kicks out, and then he does it ends up doing the haluva kick,
Yes.
and that's what he pins on.
Yes.
But this one he did it opposite.
Yeah.
AJ is standing in the turnbuckle, focused on Kevin, and Sammy hits him with the haluva kick.
Nowhere.
Right? And that's what stuns AJ. Then he picks him up for the blue thunder bomb, and then he pins him. That's the way to go.
Oh, the Blue Thunder Bomb is
That's
amazing.
the way to go.
It's such a great move.
Right? When you put those two things together, because the blue thunder bomb doesn't necessarily look like enough to be a legitimate finisher.
Yeah.
Right? But if you follow it up, I mean, if you do the haluva kick and then the blue thunder bomb,
Yeah.
no one's
It's-
kicking out of that.
That's what we call money in the
Yeah.
business. In the business.
MONEY.
Money. Here comes
Every
the
man's
money.
got his price, And
Money.
mine is Haluva Kick followed by the Blue Thunder Bomb.
Of course.
Beautiful match. Wonderful match.
Yep.
Really made up for how much I hated the Shinsuke Baron Corbin thing.
Of course.
So
What are you going to give it?
I will give. I'm going to have to take a point off because of the Baron Corbin Shinsuke Nakamura thing.
And the women's thing.
But honestly, like that wasn't a huge surprise to me. I haven't
Just saying
liked a
you didn't
lot
like
of the SmackDown stuff that's happened in the women's division lately. Unless Becky's involved, I don't care.
Exactly.
So I'll give it 7.
See, I was going to give it a 8, actually. I really enjoyed SmackDown.
I could be convinced to give it an 8.
I loved it. The only thing that I didn't like was the Randy Orton thing.
And the women's match.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. All right, 8.
I think it was a great episode.
Yeah.
Wonderful. It's your go home to Royal Rumble, and it was
Yeah.
perfectly done.
Yeah.
That's the other issue that I had with Raw 25. This was your go home show for Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
and nothing happened.
It's kind of lame.
Nothing happened.
Yeah. No storyline stuff.
So we get a mixed match challenge between Carmella. So it's Carmella and Big E
Yep.
versus The Miz and Asuka.
Yep.
Big E and Carmella come out with an L.
Yeah.
They pull an L from underneath the ring to give to Asuka.
Who
for her
who
first
gave
loss.
them that L? But Mike Chioda.
Did he?
Well, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
hear him say, Asuka
Mike-
goes over.
Yeah, Mike Chioda goes over to the Miz and goes, Asuka's going over. And the Miz goes, yeah.
Yeah. Don't say that so
Yeah.
loud, bro.
And it was like loud enough to hear over the moves that were being happened, like that
Yeah.
were taking place, like the
Yeah.
punches and the kicks.
Yeah. What you should have done was
Mike.
take like a cue card and Asuka goes over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miz
So yeah,
You got
Asuka
it?
and Miz go over.
and Big E and Carmella are out.
Yep.
Now let's move to 205 Live.
Please.
Okay. We have Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
He starts off by saying Enzo Amore has
Abdicated.
abdicated the cruiserweight belt. For those of you who are currently living under a rock, or you just don't care, or you just don't follow the WWE like Judge and Doc do, Enzo Amore has been released from the WWE due to allegations.
Of sexual assault.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been happening since October. He knew about it, didn't tell the WWE.
And that's why
That's why he's fired. Not because of the sexual misconduct allegations. It was
Yeah.
because he didn't tell the WWE.
He didn't disclose it.
So, we do not have a cruiserweight champion right now.
Nope.
Next week, we are getting a commissioner or a general manager for 205 Live
Yeah.
who will then sort out this whole mess.
And everybody is kind of throwing their names into the hat.
Yes.
Right.
All the
Right.
superstars are.
Yeah. Drew Gulak has a thing where he's saying he could do it.
Yep.
Tozawa can do it.
Yep.
So yeah,
So,
we'll see.
I just want to take this moment, like just a quick moment of silence for the Cedric Alexander Cruiserweight
Title shot?
Championship that will never happen.
Not never. It just isn't happening.
This is
right
the
now.
third time that he hasn't gotten a match for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah. But he'll get it. He's just I would prefer them to take their time, do it right.
No.
Don't just give it to him.
I would too, but I'm impatient
Yeah.
as all get up.
Yeah.
So we have a match between
Yes.
Kalisto, or
Yes.
so it's Kalisto, Lindsay Dorado, and Grand Metalik versus TJP, Arya Daivari, and Tony Nese.
This match was awesome.
Oh boy,
It was awesome.
it was so good.
Those guys are
The
so
Luchas
good.
win.
Yes. I
is-
thought they would win.
I didn't think they were gonna win because it's like, well, you've got members of like the Train
The Zoe train.
and like Lindsay Dorado, who I thought was just there to take the pin.
Yeah, but honestly, you have like the lowest ranking members of the Zoe train, right? Tony Nese and Ari Daivari.
Noam Dar is the lowest.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, the currently wrestling lowest.
So they win, which was really like this match was just
Great.
so good.
Great
It was
match.
so good.
Great match.
After this whole thing happens, Tony Nese kind of not Tony Nese, wow. TJP throws a temper tantrum.
Tony Nese pushes him.
Yep.
And then
They just kind of walk off, going, go ahead, cry in the middle of the ring, whatever. Yeah. This was dumb. Then we moved to an even dumber segment between Hideo Itami and Jack Gallagher.
Yeah.
And Hideo Itami shows off his new finisher, which is just kind of like the GTS, but it's just a knee rather than a kick.
Nope. It's not like the GTS.
Well,
it's like a code breaker. It's
a code breaker. You're right.
It's a weird one knee code breaker. It's kind of like what Liv Morgan does, except for some reason he holds him in that inverted headlock thing. Yeah, like it looks like he'll do the Stinger death drop, and then he's like, nope, gonna do like he gets him in like the stunner position, and then instead pulls his head down and does the thing. It's too much. It's too much, dude. Too much wasted energy. Wasted energy, wasted motion. Yeah.
Somebody, I'm reading off of notes from other people because I didn't write notes for this. Somebody was like, why don't any of Jack Gallagher's opponents use his necktie against him? You know what? That's a good question, and I'd like to pose the same question.
Because
if Bianca Belair can use her hair to whip it back and forth as a whip, I'm pretty sure you can just grab his necktie and choke him to death. Not to death, but choke him. Saying. Then we have Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. Boy, this was a good match.
Great match.
Woo-hoo.
Great
205
match.
Live. Killing it.
Great match.
Except for the Hideo Itami thing.
Yeah.
This was a great match. Cedric ends up winning, but there was just exchange
too many
of moves.
Too many spots to even call. It was so good.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. This is what 205 Live should be.
This looked like an indie show, and they even got a "This is awesome" chant.
I think it's the first "This is awesome" chant in 205 Live.
Yes, I think.
I
so
mean,
too.
The 6-man tag match and the Cedric Alexander Mustafa Ali match. That's exactly what 205 Live should be.
Yes,
minus the Jack Gallagher and Hideo Itami match, because that was not fun.
Cedric Alexander has mastered the Spanish Fly.
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay,
it's so good.
Yeah.
Do you not like it? Do you not think it's good?
You mean he mastered selling it?
No, he does the Spanish Fly on Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, Mustafa Ali does it to Cedric.
No, Cedric did it to Mustafa Ali. Because Mustafa Ali ran to the ropes, hit the ropes, and then came back at Cedric, and Cedric hit him with it.
Oh. Yeah, I have to go back and watch that. Yeah.
That's 205 Live.
Yep.
I'm giving it an 8.
I'll give it an 8.
I just didn't like the Jack Gallagher thing.
Yeah.
Okay, NXT.
NXT.
We are getting ready for NXT Philadelphia. So, our first match is No Way Jose versus Cesar Bononi. It was an okay match.
Meh.
No Way Jose wins, which is really good.
I guess.
I like that.
It's really good for No Way Jose.
Yeah. Because Cesar Bononi has some wins on some people, like some good name people, too.
Yeah.
So, that's good. It was a good kickoff. Then we have Luscious Letitia versus Bianca Belair.
Listen. There was a chant in the crowd that was, "Let's go Jobber." Mm-hmm. Let's go Jobber. Dude, I was cracking up.
Oh, it's so funny.
And then
apparently Bianca Belair is not over.
Yeah. So they're wrestling. The Jobber is obviously green.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't look good.
No.
She's hitting Bianca Belair with these really half-assed kicks. She's just kind of kicking, and so Bianca is just fine. And
whatever.
She goes to hit her with a forearm, and dude,
she connects.
She just mwah. If this was an MMA match,
oh yeah,
you do that, drop him, and then just ground and pound until the ref pulls you off of him.
Yep.
She smashed this poor woman's face.
Ooh, and she's bled.
Yeah, and then they show her Bianca goes from that into like a hold, like a crossface type hold or
Yeah.
something, and the girl like gets her hair out of the way,
Yeah.
and then it's just like blood on her tooth.
Blood.
Like, dude, she's gonna knock
She
that
hit
tooth
her
out.
good.
Yeah.
And then she uses her hair as a whip, and then she does her finisher, and Bianca Belair wins.
Yeah.
What is her finisher?
Bianca Belair?
Yeah.
I
Can't even remember.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is.
Oh, it's a reverse power bomb. That's what
Oh,
it is. She
that's-
gets you up in a power bomb position, but then
just
she throws you backwards.
over her head, and so you land kind of
So you
like
land
a
on your
flapjack.
face. But you could just land on your feet because,
Yeah, exactly. That would be the way to counter that.
yeah. Then we have Percy Watson. Wow. Interviews Ember Moon and Shayna Baszler. This.
Nope.
Skip.
Nope.
Skip. Don't even.
You are not Max Kellerman.
No. And I'm sorry. Like, you're trying to build Shayna Baszler as this badass. Pardon my friend. But, like, her voice is just so, like, oh,
Nope.
no.
Even
Leave.
Ember Moon, man. I can't, like, her face during this whole thing. Nope. Done. Then we have,
It was bad. Then we have, like, a TM61 video package.
Yeah.
I'm excited for them.
yeah, it's going to be good to have them back.
Then we have Authors of Pain versus 2 unnamed Unfortunate Souls.
Yeah, they just, like, destroy these poor kids. And it's really just a time for them to cut a promo.
Which, why is Paul Ellering not cutting your promo for you, dude?
Jeez,
Dudes.
Come on.
Akam and Razor grab the mics and they.
If you're
start
not
cutting.
going to have Paul talk for you, give him to somebody else.
Right? Why?
He's already not doing a whole lot, except for when they have, like, the camera, like the
Get
thing, and
Get
they
him.
have him. Yeah. Oh,
Get him up! Yeah. Then we have Johnny Gargano versus Velveteen Dream.
Great
for the
match.
number one contenders match.
great match.
Whew.
Velveteen Dream. Yeah. This is a great match.
It was really good.
Uh,
Johnny Gargano is a freaking monster.
Yeah.
So is Velveteen Dream.
They could just have an ab off.
Not even that. Just
Both
wrestle.
of those guys are just
Wrestle forever, please.
Yeah. They're great. It was a fun match.
I like that. So there was at one point in the beginning where they were kind of doing some catch wrestling on the on the ground and stuff.
Yeah.
And Velveteen Dream stands tall, and he's like, "You're not ready for takeover." He like gets down to Johnny's level, and he's like, "You're not ready for takeover. You're not ready for takeover." And then Johnny just like grabs him and puts him in his finisher.
Yeah. And dude, when
He just starts
Velveteen Dream, he looked like a fish out of water, man. Just flopping and
Yeah.
trying to get over to the ring rope. Yeah.
And what was really nice is we got to see how to do a blind spot correctly.
Yeah.
So there was a blind spot where Velveteen Dream went over the top rope, and he's obviously on his back. Like
Yep.
his back is turned to Johnny.
Yep.
Johnny hits the rope and starts running for a drop kick
Yeah.
on his back. But you notice that Johnny, like, taps
Yeah.
the Velveteen Dream. And it's all Velveteen
Yeah.
jumping off.
Yeah, because you know what? This is a work.
Yeah. It's
You don't have to end someone's career.
You don't have to kill people.
Yeah.
So that's NXT. What are you going to give NXT?
I'll give it. Shoot. I gave the last one's 8. I'll give it an 8.
I'm going to give this one an 8 too.
Yeah.
I'm so
Great.
excited. I'm
Great
excited
wrestling,
for
man.
everything. Yeah.
I mean, really, honestly, the only thing that is not exciting is Raw. Raw is awful right now.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
And the women's division in NXT.
yeah.
It's
But
not for
even
me.
that, like, yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Like,
I have a-
Raw has no excuse.
I have a question.
Okay.
Does Shayna Baszler win?
I don't think so.
Ooh, because think about this. You now have Shayna Baszler wrestle how many matches since coming off of her loss at Mae Young?
Yeah.
She's wrestled one match and won.
Yeah.
She lost to Mae Young, so she's going to lose Mae Young and she's going to lose in her title match?
Her first title match?
If you're trying to build her
She's
as like
brand new.
I'm just saying that if you're trying to build her as a legit badass, can take on anybody, she's winning this match. I'm sorry. If that's how you're going to build her, she has to win this match.
Yeah. Okay, then fine. She wins. I don't care who wins.
I hate it because
I'm just saying. I
Ember
don't think she
Moon's-
wins.
Ember Moon's won or has successfully defended the title once.
Listen, all I'm saying is that when Ember drops that belt, it's because she's going up to Maine.
Well, looks like she's probably going to be in the Women's Royal Rumble then.
So I'm just saying, the women's division in NXT is so shallow right now. The talent pool is so shallow.
Yeah.
I don't think that. They can't afford to lose Ember Moon right now, especially because she's one of the most over.
They can't afford to lose.
Stars,
They can't
so-
afford to have Shayna Baszler drop 0-2 in
Absolutely, they can. They
big.
can 100% afford that.
I don't know. If you're trying to build the 4 women versus the 4 women of the apocalypse, the 4 horsewomen.
I mean, now, yeah, when if you're talking about timelines, if the timeline doesn't work out, then that is what it is. Like if you have to push timelines, then that's fine. I'm just saying that from like a storyline perspective, from a wrestling, booking perspective, Shayna Baszler can absolutely lose this match.
Okay. I mean, it's possible. I don't buy her as a legitimate threat. Then. That's just me, though.
Well, I mean, do you not buy? Who's lost a match? Do you not buy AJ Styles as a legitimate threat?
I'm not saying.
Do you not buy Samoa Joe as a legitimate
But what I'm
threat?
saying is that they've held titles.
Do you not buy Braun Strowman as a legitimate threat? Do you not buy?
I don't.
I mean,
But
people
they've
lose
wrestled.
matches.
Yeah, but they've wrestled in matches. That's my point being that she's wrestled in one match
yeah,
outside of the Mae Young Classic,
yeah.
and it was she won by DQ basically.
Yeah. Listen,
All I'm saying is that she has not had time to progress and show people that she's a legitimate threat to the title.
okay.
So she should lose.
yes.
But by doing that, you're not building a badass.
Yes, you are. That's how people you don't go to the gym and immediately bench press 500 pounds,
Lars Sullivan does.
right?
Lars
you
Sullivan,
work up to that,
I'm
right?
just saying that Lars Sullivan is undefeated right
Okay.
now.
You know how I feel about undefeated streaks, dude. I hate them. So
Aleister Black.
I hate it.
Was
I'm so
undefeated.
glad that he broke his
That's true.
streak.
Oscar's undefeated. I'm just saying that.
And look
this whole
where
thing-
Asuka's undefeated streak got her.
I know. All I'm saying is I wish that somebody else was going for the title right now, and then the next takeover
Yeah.
is when we get Shayna Baszler versus. I'm just saying that this whole storyline could have been built up a little bit better, and they could have actually made her a legitimate threat. The way that I see her now, she's not, and I know that they want to build her as a
Yeah,
legitimate.
I mean, I
threat.
feel like she is. I don't feel like she's going to win, and I feel like even if she loses, she's still she's still better than, or I mean, not necessarily better, but she's still more of a threat than any of the other girls in the division.
True. Except
So-
for Kyrie.
Even Kyrie.
She beat Kyrie though.
Kyrie
guess records don't
Kyrie
matter.
beat her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she beat her once. So,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. I think she can lose. She can afford to lose this match.
Okay. Well, that's wrestling for the week.
There you go. That's wrestling for the week. Thanks for joining us, guys. Please share with us your thoughts.
Yeah.
You can do that on this video, or you can check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and do it there. If you guys could hit the subscribe button, the like button, the notification button, and share button, share it with your friends, that would be great. So, yeah, unless you have anything else.
No, I said my piece.
All right. Well, thanks again, guys. We will see you for our predictions video. There were beans in that soup.
I know. I'm feeling them too.
Just like
I ripped one over there.
I got bubble guts.
I got the toots.
I could, you know what? And honestly, like
What's his name call it from the league?
Yo Bagoya.
Oh, Yo Maguire.